When you're losing your crown, till the afterglow. The afterglow.
Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy, spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack, you just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow. The afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all. In the afterglow. In the afterglow. Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday night. It is Smackdown coming from Montreal, but we are the Smackdown Security Detail. I'm your host, Chris Best here, looking live over the Bell Center right now as Cody Rhodes is coming into the building. He's going to have himself a sit-down interview in which he's more than likely he's going to be talking about his match tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event. We've also got a Women's Tag Team Championship #1 contenders triple threat match tonight. But yeah, going back to Cody Rhodes, he's going to be talking more or less about his match with Jacob Fatu tomorrow night. As Charlotte and Alexa are walking in the building, Lash and Nia are in the building. And of course, we've got Kiana, James, and Giulia in the building. Also in tag team action for the tag team championships, MFT will be challenging the Wyatt 6. This is going to be one heck of a night, guys. One heck of a night for sure. And our WWE champion, Drew McIntyre, will also be in the house tonight. Rumor has it AJ Styles has also been invited to be in the building tonight. And it looks like a packed house at the Bell Center for SmackDown tonight. And Sami Zayn himself is coming out right now. He's going to be in action tomorrow night in that Fatal 4-Way match, and we know he's going to have something to say. And he's sporting a Montreal Canadiens shirt with the Sami Zayn name all over it. And of course, the Bell Center will be playing host to the Saturday night's main event tomorrow night as well. crowd is just singing along with Sammy's theme song. And Sammy, of course, just letting the crowd do it. It is a sight to behold and a sound to behold as well. Sammy's got the mic. Let's listen in. This crowd is just not letting Sammy get a word in. As right now they're doing the Ole chant, which is very synonymous in this building as well with the Montreal Canadiens. So, as Sammy was talking about the match tomorrow, about how he has a chance to become the number one contender for the WWE Championship, Trick Williams has interrupted, and now the crowd is, of course, singing the "Whoop That Trick" chant. Trick Williams has got himself a microphone too, and here he goes talking away as well. So Sammy and Trick almost had themselves a match there, but Trick was like, no, I've got a match with Damian Priest in the main event. We'll settle our differences tomorrow. Damian Priest is now on his way to the ring, and he's got himself a microphone. You know he's going to talk about that match with Trick tonight and the Fatal 4-Way tomorrow night as well. I fully expect Randy Orton to make his presence felt in this matchup as well, or in this moment as well. Well, Damian calling Trick Williams out by saying he didn't say anything when Damian got up in his face last week, and Trick proceeded to get up into Damian's face, and he said, You think I won't be afraid to pop off?" Turns around and jacks Sammy and leads to all three men getting into a bit of a scuffle here. Yeah, this is definitely a way to build towards that fatal 4-way tomorrow. Now Randy Orton is looking on from the locker room here, and Kathy Kelly is going to interview him. Well, Randy Orton basically saying he's going to win the Fatal 4-Way tomorrow night. Then he's going to fly halfway around the world to Saudi Arabia. And yeah, he's going to defeat Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title, or for the WWE title. But right now, Carmelo Hayes, our United States champion, is talking to Ilya Dragunov, who is sporting quite the shiner here. Well, now, okay, so Mello and Ilya were talking in the locker room. Seems Ilya is going to be the one getting the title match tonight, and the Miz came up and was like, "Whatever happened to the days of people hating each other?" And Mello was like, "You mean how I hate you?" And the Miz quoted a line from Home Alone, saying, "You're what the French call laissez compétent." He also did a Donald Trump impersonation. At least it looked like a Donald Trump impersonation. And then he goes, "What did Ilya ever give to you?" And then Mello said, "More than you'll ever give me." And then he walked off. But yeah, coming up next, guys, Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, United States title is on the line. And this should be a hell of a matchup, guys. But tomorrow night, guys, Saturday night's main event. Cannot wait tomorrow, guys. And if you want to tune in tomorrow night, guys, be sure we will be doing the PLE Patrol for Saturday night's main event. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. But I'll tell you right now, guys, I'm pretty much looking forward to that entire card tomorrow night. But there's a lot of things I'm also looking forward to tonight as well. That Trick and Damian match should be a decent one. The tag team title match should be a great match as well. And the triple threat tag team title number one contenders match as well should be a good one as well. All right. But as we're looking at some of the wrestlers here, I see Bianca Belair in this "We'll Be Right Back" thing, and I got to wonder, when is she going to come back? Does she come back at the Rumble? Maybe. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of intrigue around the Rumble matches this year, and a lot of talk about the surprise entrances. One of those surprise entrances that I keep hearing about is Soraya, aka Paige. Coming in. I don't know if they're going to come in or not. I'm going to withhold my thoughts on that for a little bit. And I want to be pleasantly surprised when it comes to the Royal Rumble. But right now, guys, we're going to take ourselves a quick little commercial break.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is good to be here. I am OM Dynamic. I am here finally. I know I've missed the first little bit of the show. That's the problem with the work schedule. But I'm here. Mr. Best, have I missed anything vital yet?
The ad read.
That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, a potential collaboration, or just to help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Meet the team. Mr. Best, myself, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, and Carl Carafel. There I am, stumbling over my own words. Under the host section, get our socials and watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. Hit the join button, send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, how you feel we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure out the right fit. And lastly, hit the shop link to go over to our merch site, carlcarafel.redbubble. And support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. And all of those proceeds come back into our studios to give you a better experience. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
Yeah, but to answer your question, we had an opening promo between Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn. And it's clear right now, United States Open Challenge, Ilya Dragunov was granted the match.
Yes, he was, and I love it. This is going to be, again, probably the match of the night.
Yeah, but the interesting thing was, before this match, there was a backstage segment in which Carmelo and Ilya were talking about the match, and then The Miz showed up.
Oh, okay.
And The Miz showed up, and he said to Carmelo, he's like, whatever happened to like the days of hating everyone, and why are you always granting everyone champion? Why are championship matches being always granted? Which is, I guess there's some argument to that, but he also then went in and impersonated Donald Trump for whatever reason. And then he quoted a line from Home Alone by calling Carmelo Hayes les incompetents. And Mello was, what did Mello say to that? Oh, Mello said, Ilya has given me more than you'll ever give me. After The Miz asked, what did Ilya ever give you? And he stormed off, and The Miz was like kind of taken aback by that.
Okay.
But it looks to me that maybe Miz is going to try and interject himself into this U.S. title picture.
Right.
And to be fair, I mean, Mello's right. Dragunov has given Mello more than what Miz gave him.
Yeah. I mean, you had the 2 US title matches. Not to mention they do have history, I believe, from down in NXT.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering, and I'm going to throw another name out there based on what's going to happen tomorrow night. I'm going to suggest Trick Williams. Do we go to that tag team and then a 4-way match? So Mello and Dragunov versus The Miz and Trick.
I'm not sure because it feels like they're really pushing Trick for something big.
Right.
I don't expect him to win that fatal 4-way tomorrow, but I expect him to have a good showing in that matchup.
Yeah.
I've got my 2 picks for that match. I think it's going to be either Randy or Sammy.
Oh, okay. And I was going to go with Damian or Sammy.
The interesting thing is Randy and Damian have a past with Drew because the winner takes on Drew.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember if Sammy has a past with Drew though.
Oh yeah. Sammy has the past with Drew going back to the bloodline.
That's true too. And once again, Dragunov is busted open.
Yep. Sammy is 0-11 against Drew McIntyre.
So going into that match, if Sammy does win tomorrow night, going into that match in Saudi Arabia, that well, it's sort of Sammy's hometown, but he would have the full support of the Saudi Arabian audience, just as tomorrow night he's going to have the Montreal crowd behind him.
Oh, yes, he will.
But right now, the crowd does seem to be behind this matchup.
Oh, I can imagine. And I know we're behind this matchup because we've seen what these two can do with each other and to each other in this ring.
You know, I was, excuse me, just came across my mind, but if one of these two become the WWE champion, because Dragunov had mentioned, like, in that little talk with Carmelo, he wasn't happy about losing the match to Sami Zayn, but again, who would be?
Right.
He, it indicated to me that he wants to be put into that WWE title picture somewhere down the road. And I think that if Dragunov does get there, or if Mello gets there, Dragunov or Mello aren't going to be far behind to follow.
Right. Honestly, what I can see, and again, I'm going to go back to a roster shakeup type situation. I think once you get Dragunov back over to Raw or a Mello over to Raw, that's where that's going to come through. And you can give me either one of these guys versus CM Punk or whomever the world heavyweight champion is at the time, and it's going to be money.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that if either one of these two do become the WWE champion somewhere down the line, one of these two is going to give the other a match right off the bat.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm not going to go so far as to say with these two what I've said about Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez. So I'm not going to put either one of these with the title by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe they will be firmly entrenched in that conversation.
Yeah. And Dragunov just teeing off on Mello's chest with those chops.
And again, I could see either one of these guys winning King of the Ring or Money in the Bank to get that shot.
I could see Mello. Excuse me. I could see Mello doing that if Mello was a heel, because Mello as a heel, he becomes like the ultimate opportunist kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I could honestly say see Trick doing that this year as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, announced for tonight, Drew McIntyre will be live tonight to talk about tomorrow's Fatal 4-Way and who he's going to challenge or who's challenging him next. I'd have to assume.
Yep.
We also have a sit-down interview with Cody Rhodes in which he more than likely is going to talk about the match with Jacob Fatu tomorrow night and the Royal Rumble.
Well, I had seen when I was looking earlier that Cody was scheduled to appear tonight. So I'm hoping that Cody's actually coming out to the ring as opposed to a sit-down.
It said sit-down interview. Just teeing off at those elbows, aren't you there, guys?
Yeah. What an inside out there from Dragunov to Mello. And yes, again, ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. Championship is on the line as this is the United States Open Challenge. Mello defending against Ilya Dragunov.
Oh, counted that code breaker.
Yes, he did.
Just threw him down with that power bomb.
Yes, Mello was trying to block.
Jeez, I thought he had him.
I know it was supposed to be a coast to coast, but Mello tried to counter with the first 48, and Ilya able to change his positioning mid-air to deflect it and counter it.
Yeah. Excuse me. I like kicking each other while they're still laying on the mat. That's awesome. Just doing anything to take each other down to retain or win the United States title. And that's what it's all about. That's what I like about these matches is like adding that desperation, that doing whatever it takes to win or retain the title. Just gives that title just a bit more of that prestige, a little bit more of that shine, as it were.
Well, I've said it before. I'm starting to find that these titles, and I know that these have always been labeled the workhorse titles to get you to that next level, but I'm starting to see them above the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championships.
And that's a fair statement to make because a lot of people thought the same for the Intercontinental title way back in the day, you know, when guys like Ravishing Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, Tito Santana, all them guys were holding it. And Carmelo trying to channel the crowd here to get behind him.
He's mellowing up. He's not mellowing out.
Oh, that springboard DDT-like maneuver there.
Oh, that is just such a thing of beauty. Mello with a chop putting Dragunov down. I was just about to say, you don't want to get into a battle of chops with Ilya Dragunov.
No, you don't. Mello going up top, though. What's he got planned? Oh, he's got a slap planned for him.
He does. Mello trying to fight back with some shots to that upper thigh.
And now a battle for a superplex, or
oh, Mello was looking to go for a cutter that Dragunov countered.
Oh, I see what they're doing. Yep. The superplex from the apron.
I said it last week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say it again this week. Pound for pound, Mello is the strongest wrestler in the WWE. Or not Mello, Dragunov.
Mm-hmm. And now both men on the apron again.
Are we going to see what we saw the last time with that rolling Death Valley driver on the apron?
We got, I don't know, we got a slugfest right now on the apron.
We do. Mello trying to clothesline Dragunov back over the top rope. It didn't work.
I think Mello is just doing whatever he can to damage Dragunov. But yeah, Dragunov was looking for that DVD. Oh, that suplex. I call it like a suplex cutter. I'm not sure what you would really call it, but that's what Mello just did to Dragunov. The referee initiating the 10 count. For some reason, because the referee was getting pretty high in the count, I thought we were going to a 10 count.
I didn't think we were going to go to a 10 count. You almost never do.
Well, in this case, you could do that. I mean, they both each have a victory over one another. This third match could end in a double count out, leading to a fourth match where they have a once and for all definitive winner.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we're going to go that route, do you go to the best of 7 series?
Mm-hmm. I don't think you're going to win off of that there. It's hard to say what you're going to win off of there, Dragunov or Mello, at this point in the match right now. But I think Dragunov is going upstairs. Oh, The Miz.
Yep, just as you were speculating.
I did say I expect him to get involved in this match, but I don't know if Mello's going to like the way the ending happened there. I don't know if Dragunov is going to like that too. I wonder if Dragunov is going to assume that there's some sort of a coalition between Mello and The Miz.
No, I think we're going to get sort of what we got the last time when it was Tommaso Ciampa interfering. And Melo's going to see it. Melo's going to be like, wait, what are you doing here?
Yeah, see, Melo's not happy about it.
No. But we never got the actual blow off to that rivalry. So
no, I think they had the one match the Miz or Melo won, and then that was that. Plus, coming out of that breakup, we didn't know who was the babyface or who was the heel, because it was a really kind of strange breakup. As right now we're looking at last week when, 2 weeks ago, the cage match, and last week when Cody Rhodes announced his intentions to be in the Royal Rumble and addressing Jacob Fatu attacking both Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. And I got to assume that because Drew's going to be in the building tonight too.
Yes.
I got a feeling that Drew could very well bring up Jacob Fatu attacking him as well.
He could, but I don't think Drew will. I think Drew is smart enough to really, in this situation, keep Fatu's name out of his mouth.
But the question is, will Fatu put his name in Drew's mouth?
He could.
Because Fatu's been showing up and attacking randomly. I mean, the attack on Kit Wilson last week, what was that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think, that was... And if I'm going to be honest here, I'm glad that bringing Fatu in and keeping him away from what the MFT are doing, I'm happy with that. I don't need him to be in that situation.
No. But I have to ask, and I'm going to look to tomorrow night. If Cody loses, does this really start his descent into a heel turn?
That's hard to say because, up next we've got the sit-down interview.
Do we get, a situation, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, where Cody says, I'm the one that had you taken out? Or do we wait and build for something like that at WrestleMania?
That's really hard to say, but I know what you guys can get. Our next commercial break. Take a look.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Turnbucklestudios.org for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Head on over to the shop button, buy the merch, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, all of those proceeds come back into our studios to give you a better viewing experience. Head on over to the host section and meet the team. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Carl Carafel, and Chris Parrish. Get our socials there. Watch our latest weekly live episodes. And I can't stress this enough, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that join button. Send us your credentials. Tell us how you can help us, how we can help you. And we can sit down as a collective and figure out the best fit. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
I think I said to myself I was going to hold off on buying WWE 2K26, but that commercial that just showed, I'm buying it right at launch because WWE 2K26 has been confirmed. Pre-orders are going to be coming. I didn't catch the date, but it's going to feature the Attitude Era.
Oh, okay.
And if we get to play through the Attitude Era again, just like we did with WWE 13, sign me up. because I had
Right.
fun. I had fun playing through the Attitude Era in that game. So sign me up. I'll do it again.
All right.
And it looked like a lot more than what the original Attitude Era storyline thing had. Because the Attitude Era storyline thing for 2K or for WWE 13 ended like halfway through 99, which is like you should have finished in 2001, around which is around when the Attitude Era actually came to an end.
Right.
But sign me up. I'm interested. I'm going to play it.
And here I am closing in on having $75 worth of gifts available on the Xbox store.
You still won't have enough. The game's probably going to be like $90 when it comes out.
Oh, I know. But I will be able to afford $15 out of my account as well at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm
probably going to use my tax, my income tax to pay for it.
I did see something else that the island is returning for this game.
Yeah, that's a given. CM Punk is rumored to be the cover athlete.
Yep.
And I'm saying rumored because all the websites that are reporting it, I'm not going to discredit them or anything, but I'm going to wait until 2K has more official information on it.
Yeah.
As Cody is sitting down with one Michael Cole. Well, Cody barely got a word in, and now Jacob Fatu is walking in, and it looks like they're going to be sitting down together.
Wow.
Didn't I say 2 weeks ago that the whole reason why he jumped into that match was to take Drew out?
You did. But then he also said, no, I already figured Drew was out and you had to go and be the hero. So Cody's saying that tomorrow night should have been for the title.
Yeah, but he was well within his right because he did say also that when you turned me around, I was locked in. I was already in a mood. So, like, you just became a victim of circumstances, basically what he's saying. And to be fair, I don't blame Jacob on that one.
I don't either.
And Jacob was right. Drew was on his way out because Cody was knocked out on the other side of the ring when Drew was getting ready to leave before Jacob showed up.
Yep. Now we have Chelsea Green and Alba Fire in a stare down backstage with Jordynne Grace.
Jordynne Grace looks way different when she's got her glasses on.
Right?
But Cody, going back to the Cody and Jacob situation, Cody brought it personal by bringing up Jacob Fatu's past and his criminal past that he had growing up.
Yep.
Jacob then was like, you know what? I was a screw up. I went through all that. I've been to jail. I was locked up when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. I have 7 kids. I didn't know if I had a job a month before coming to the WWE. I was almost fired before coming to the WWE. And he was referencing when he spilled the beans about going to the WWE before the WWE even released any information on that.
Yep.
So they brought that match to a whole other level for tomorrow night. Okay, I must have missed. Yeah, I was gonna say I must have missed something. Why is Jordynne Grace out there with them?
Because of Chelsea's opponent tonight.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Jade. Okay, so she's just she's going to be out there to scout Jade and not for Chelsea. That's for sure. Yeah, since we're in another commercial, let's take another commercial break.
Let's roll it out.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the Smackdown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night we have the Boar's Nest at 9 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. If you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, a potential collaboration, or just help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org. Hit that join button, send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down and figure it out as a collective. Head over to the host section and meet the team. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows and get all of our socials. As well, click the shop link to head over to our merch store. Buy the merch, wear what we wear, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, and all of those proceeds come back and give you a better experience. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, be sure to come back here to the Turnbuckle affiliation program channels to check out the PLE Patrol, in which we're going to be covering Saturday night's main event tomorrow night.
Yes. And next Saturday with the Royal Rumble as well. Just remember, that is our weekly programming calendar. That does not include the special events like the Saturday night's main event, PLE Patrol Watch Along, or the Royal Rumble PLE Patrol, or any other special events that we may have for you.
As we're looking at, like, of course, the wrestler highlights, when we see these We'll Be Right Back screens, and I keep seeing Bianca Belair, I'm going out on a limb and saying she's returning at the Rumble.
Okay. You know, I got to admit, it would be nice to see her, but I really haven't missed her all that much.
To be fair, we do have a deep women's talent roster right now, and she would still be a great addition when she comes back still.
Yes.
I mean, if I were to bring her back, I would probably put her in the U.S. women's title hunt, just to give a little bit of beef to the people in that picture as well.
Yeah.
As right now we're looking at a highlight package for Roman Reigns and Riyadh. Roman Reigns is going to be returning at the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
And he's going to be in the Royal Rumble match. That's
Yes,
really
he is.
no surprise. I mean, this is the thing, though. They're going to Riyadh. This is what they do with the Riyadh shows. They pull out all the stops. They give you the surprises. And I really was, for like the last couple of weeks, I was thinking about like any big surprises that did happen in Riyadh. I mean, recently, the return of Kairi Sane did happen in Riyadh. But I got to say, I think in this match, we're going to see Jade Cargill just dominate Chelsea Green.
I think so.
The only way Chelsea could eke out a win is if somehow, some way, Alba Fire costs Jade the loss. And, well, actually, no, if she does take the loss, I mean, Jordynne Grace could be the one that costs the match.
Exactly. We know that Jade and Jordan have been at each other's throats, so to speak, over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I got to assume this is going to lead to a women's title match either tomorrow night or at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a very smart move by Chelsea to surprise Jade like that.
I love it.
Okay, just based on that reaction there, like, I'm sure Jordan still doesn't care about Chelsea, but she hates Jade just that much more that she wants to see Chelsea get the win.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't blame you for being stunned off that. The incredible strength of Jade Cargill, man.
Right.
It's actually saddening to me that she will not be in the Royal Rumble this year, because usually they don't put the world champions in the Rumble.
No, they don't.
It's just because I wanted to see Jade come in as this heel in the Rumble and have that dominating Diesel-like performance.
Right. You know, I have to wonder what would happen And I don't think it's something we've ever seen. If the champion were to enter the Rumble and win it,
The only time a heavyweight champion has won the Royal Rumble was prior to the WrestleMania rule with the Royal Rumble, and that was Hulk Hogan in 1990 and 91.
okay.
Or sorry, 1990, because he wasn't the WWF champion in 91. Ultimate Warrior and Sergeant Slaughter had the title match that night. But that still led to Hulk Hogan main eventing WrestleMania against the Ultimate Warrior that year.
Right.
But yeah, and win. Okay, because I was going to say there was also when Roman Reigns had to defend the WWF title or the WWE title in the Royal Rumble. Ultimately, he lost that title because Triple H won it.
Jordan
That was
Grace
also
tells Jade, keep your eyes on your opponent. Don't keep your eyes on me. And what a drop kick from Chelsea Green.
I thought Chelsea was going for the 619 for a second.
I think that every time. And Jade kicks out at 1.
It's interesting that Chelsea right now, in this sense, she's kind of in the women's world title picture.
Right?
I do think that let's say Jordan and Jade do happen at the Rumble or tomorrow night, and Jordan is successful in taking the belt off of Jade. I do think that Chelsea could be a number one contender for the title.
She could, as Alba Fire just ate the boot from Jade Cargill.
And that's going to do it for Chelsea.
Plants. Chelsea Green.
And we got Kingston Timmons coming in saying, what's up? What is up, Kingston? Glad to have you here. We are chatting Smackdown here as Jade Cargill is successful in her match tonight. No interference from Jordan or costing her the match, which... Oh, Jordan's got the mic. Jordan announcing her intentions to be in the Royal Rumble, but she's like, or since you're warmed up, we can just do this right now. And Jade backed off immediately. I kind of like the way Jordan does her promos because it's more short to the point. I'm going to beat you up, and that's that.
Yep.
But Jordan announcing her intention to be in the Royal Rumble gives her an immediate... She's got to be an odds-on favorite to take the win.
She does.
But Alexa and Charlotte in the locker room right now.
And it looks as though Charlotte is dressed to compete. Oh, yeah, right, yes, because they have that triple threat tag match.
I was going to say both women are dressed to compete. We triple threat tag team title number one contender match tonight.
Yes. Which I have to assume is our main event for the evening.
No. Damian and Trick are.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, it looks like the MFT are going to be tag team title matches coming up next.
Looks like it's Solo and Tama for that.
Yeah, and Solo also now announcing his intentions to be in the Royal Rumble as well.
As the Fireflies are out for the Wyatt to make their way to the ring. And again, using that smaller entranceway, even in Montreal.
Love that entrance.
Right?
I couldn't help but think to myself now with the announcement of the Attitude Era being in some way incorporated into WWE 2K26. And this is a discussion I usually always have. This is a discussion I usually have with other wrestling fans about wrestlers who are in today um, who could have survived in the Attitude Era.
Yep.
I think the Wyatt Six could have put them with the Ministry of Darkness, and they survive.
I'm going to say no because I think that if you had them in the ministry, they would have been overshadowed.
Yeah, but let's face it, the only stars that came out of the Ministry other than the Undertaker were the APA.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Edge and Christian, but they got kicked out before the Ministry even dissolved. But yeah, this tag team matchup is going to be intriguing.
Yes, it is. And as we're seeing the Street Profits and we've seen the Motor City Machine Guns in this ad for We'll Be Right Back, we do have to ask ourselves is what is happening with either of those teams? Do we get this to be a straight up tag match, which we know there's going to be interference on both sides?
Yeah.
Or do we get one of these other teams coming back to say, no, 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 we want our shot?
Yeah, that's the question. As who steps up next is really the question there.
Yeah. So we still haven't even had a fourth match announced for tomorrow night.
No, and I gotta wonder, could that match be maybe Jade and Jordan tomorrow night?
Could very well be, since Jade's all warmed up.
Let's take a look at what matches are there right now. Let's give me 1 second here to find that match card.
We do know that we have Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu.
I usually go to the Wikipedia because right now, at this point, everybody's putting out prediction articles regarding tomorrow's show. So I just want to go and take a look at the match card. So we got, obviously, the Women's Tag Team Championship match, which is going to feature Rhea Ripley and Io Sky taking on the Judgment Day, defending their titles against them.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu in the Fatal 4-Way match. It's going to be an easy edit for me so far with only 3 matches.
Or do we hear from a number of superstars declaring themselves for the Rumble? I have to ask, do we maybe even get a challenge from Stephanie Vicaire to Raquel Rodriguez for the title?
It's hard to say, but right now, the MFT making their way to the ring. And we know that the MFT have talked about their quest for gold. I wonder if tonight is the night that that they take the championship. Sorry,
Right.
I was laughing at the fan that was chirping Solo there.
Right. And we know that Tama has his sights set on the US championship, as well as a potential brewing rivalry with Shinsuke Nakamura. Does that play into this?
I don't think Mello is going to show up in this match. I'm pretty sure he's tired from the
Right.
the marathon of a match that Dragunov gave him.
Yeah. But what about Nakamura?
That's a strong possibility, and it would even up the male numbers game as far as this goes. But wait, what? Oh no, wait, Tala's on the outside. Never mind. I was like, wait, there's a
Tala
Even-
took the lantern and went back up the ramp.
and Eric Rowan is back with the Wyatts this week.
Yes, he is. Or I'm going to put this one out there for tomorrow night. As we heard a couple of weeks ago on Raw, Otis and Tozawa went to Jey Uso asking for a title match, and he said, "Let me holler at Big Jim." We did get a response this past Monday from them saying, "Anybody step up, we got you on lock."
Yeah, but there's stories as to why Big Jim hasn't been on TV lately.
Yep.
Naomi's not far off from her
No,
due
she's
date.
not.
Man, I love this tag team of Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. When the Wyatts eventually split, I want Gacy and Lumis to stay together as a team.
Yeah.
What I do want, though, from the Wyatts is I need Nikki Cross to get in the ring.
Yes, you and me both.
And I want there's a part of me that wants to see her, and she's been teasing the women's US title. I would like to see her just fully interject herself into that picture.
Yes.
Because I think right now with it seems like Giulia and Kiana are focusing on the tag team titles for the foreseeable future, or at
Right.
least for tonight. Kind of I would move that title off Giulia if that's where they're going.
Right.
Even though I know Giulia just won the belt, but again.
Oh, Solo with the kick to the back of Lumis's head, allowing Tama Tonga to come in and fell him with that clothesline.
I mean, we were talking about the cohesion between Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. You cannot forget the cohesion that is with the MFTs right now. They are as tight as can be.
They are. Tama Tonga, the first member of the MFTs to join Solo last year after WrestleMania. Or 2 years ago.
Yeah, when it was still the bloodline.
Yep.
Solo announced his intention to be in the Rumble, but I do expect that everybody that we're seeing out here, with even Nikki Cross, okay, I expect that they're all going to be in the Rumble.
Yep.
I was going to say with the exception of Nikki, but I'm like, yeah, Women's Rumble, we can put her in that.
Yep.
There's a part of me that thinks like we're probably, if that is the case, we're more than likely going to see like one of those spots where it's going to be like every member of the stable standing on opposite side of the rings before it all just breaks out into a brawl.
Right. And see, I don't want to see that because you've got, the MFTs, you've got the Wyatts, you've got the Vision. We could potentially see the return of,
I just mean these two stables.
Yeah,
Not all of them.
I don't want to see all members of these two stables in the Rumbles. Just because it eats up so many spots.
Well, spots are going to get eaten up anyways.
Oh, Lumis now needs to make that tag to Gacy. Come on, Dexter.
And Casey's just itching to get in that ring. I've said this week in, week out about Gacy, but he very much, his in ring very much makes me think of Louis Spicolli and Brian Pillman.
Okay.
I say Louis Spicolli because he kind of looks like Louis when Louis was doing the Rad Radford gimmick.
Right. I can definitely see like the loose cannon Brian Pillman in him.
Mm-hmm. But I got to assume you don't remember much of Louis' in ring other than when he was a jobber.
I remember when he was coming up before he actually became that jobber and was actually winning matches with his Death Valley driver in WCW.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I was referencing when he was a jobber in the WWF before they gave him the Rad Radford gimmick.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember Rad Radford. So I remember Spicoli from WCW.
I remember him from AAA as well, or yeah, AAA when he was doing the Madonna's boyfriend gimmick.
Right.
But oh, I thought Loomis had him on that one.
It was looking like it as Dexter Lumis did his best for imitation of an Uso splash.
And now Rowan just cleaning house outside the ring there.
Yep.
See, this is why you guys needed Talatonga to hang out there because of that big boy.
Oh, I think we've got Talatonga returning. And I was right.
Yeah, that we do. He's coming back. Oh, I see why they sent him to the back because he had the lantern.
Yes.
And JC Mateo, I don't know what JC was. Okay, that's what he was doing, distracting them because I'm like, JC, what are you doing? Just ran up and grabbed his arm, like double axe handle the guy in the back or something.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Tally, you may want to turn around because there's a certain uncle behind you.
With a
And
mandible claw.
And Howdy may want to turn around because there's a solo with a spike. So even with this tag team championship match, regardless of who wins, oh yeah, I saw that coming. Smashed Loomis's head with the lantern. This could be it for them.
It could. Do we have
One,
new tag
two,
team champions?
three. Yeah, we do. New tag team champions, Solo Sikoa and Tamatonga, the MFT.
Wow. Now, as we saw back when Tamatonga and Jacob Fatu won the titles. No, sorry, it was Tongaloa and Jacob Fatu won the titles. Does Solo give up his tag team championship to one of the other members of the group?
I don't think so because this is Solo's first time holding gold himself on the main roster, I believe.
No, he was a U.S. champ.
Yeah. Well, first time in a long time. So Yes.
Right?
Yes. 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 AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura gonna tear the house down tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event. I can guarantee you it's going to be better than their match at WrestleMania some years ago.
Oh, 100% it will be.
It may rank close to their match at Wrestle Kingdom 9. I'm saying close because I don't think they will ever replicate that match.
No, but this is going to be huge. We were wondering where that fourth match was. There it is.
And up next, Nathan Frazer is going to be in action. I can't remember who he was announced against, though.
I've got to guess Johnny Gargano.
Yes. As soon as you said Gargano, I'm like, yep.
But in that promo, in that package, we saw Shinsuke say, "Are you sure you want to lose it all? And make sure you can prove it against me tomorrow night."
I will give you my thought on that in just a moment. I'm going to ask you to play the commercial. I need to step away for a moment.
I can do that.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos, games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. If you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, a potential collaboration, or just to help us out behind the scenes, head on over to the website, meet the team. Mr. Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Carl Carafel, and Chris Parrish. Get all of our socials, watch our latest weekly live episodic shows, hit the join button. Please, we implore you. We especially need the help behind the scenes right now. But send us your credentials. Tell us how you believe you can help us. Tell us how you feel we can help you. And we will sit down as a collective and figure out the right fit. And ladies and gentlemen, head on over to the shop. Buy the merch, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. And all of those proceeds come back into our studios to deliver you a better viewing experience. That is turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure what's coming up next here on the show, but I am assuming it's going to continue to live up to the hype that we have seen throughout the show. Steady show, great flow, great pace. We've got new tag team champions in the MFTs, Solo Sikoa and Tamatanga and Solo Sikoa. Mr. Best is back. Your thoughts on our new tag team champions?
I'll wait till they have a couple of defenses under their belt to make a judgment. I'm excited because I feel like it's really rare that we see Solo with a belt. So,
right.
But, and this is a big but, actually. For a time, it was very brief that we saw his father Rikishi with a championship.
Yes.
And then he became Rikishi Fatu. Suddenly he's winning the Intercontinental title. He had a couple tag team title runs with it.
Yep.
He also had a couple of one tag team title run with Samu as the Head Shrinkers.
Yes. Yes, he did. And I absolutely grew to love the Head Shrinkers.
I like them right off the bat because they were something different.
They were different, and I think at the time that's really what scared me away. But then, I mean, managed by Alpha and Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah, and then, well, I think what really sold me on the Head Shrinkers was the tag team match they had with the Steiners at WrestleMania 9. That was a
Yeah.
pretty dang good tag match.
I think the other thing as well, I mean, and I was a lot younger then, so I really didn't know, was the fact that at the time they didn't speak English.
Hmm.
So that's, I know why they had Captain Lou was there to be their translator.
Although, and this is a lot of something that a lot of people don't remember, before Captain Lou came in as their translator and they turned babyface, which was like later on in 93. Or no, it was in 94. It was later on in 94. But for a very brief period, they had Alpha cutting English promos. It was
Yeah,
broken English, but it wasn't.
yes, because Alpha was their original manager.
Yeah.
And again, that part of it that scared me, it was the wild hair, all of it.
Hmm. And I think that's what I liked about them was that wild aspect about them.
Right.
Like like knowing that, okay, this team is in trouble because here come the Head Shrinkers. They're going to beat the snot out of you.
Yep.
But here comes Johnny Gargano, and I'm going to assume Candice is going to be accompanying him to the ring.
Yep.
Now, I've got to wonder, because sadly, Tommaso Ciampa is no longer a part of the WWE. With this thing with Fraxium, I got to think that Gargano's got to find himself a partner in this situation.
I think so.
And I got to wonder who he goes to. He can't go to Lumis because Lumis is with the Wyatt Six.
Can't
That's
go to
the only.
Theory.
Yeah, because Theory's over on Raw with
the Vision.
With the Vision. Trying to think of anybody else he may have had an alliance with, and those are the only three. He can't go to Indy Hartwell because she's in TNA. And well,
No, but I am thinking there is one guy he could go to. Another guy who is on the SmackDown roster. Another guy from Cleveland, Ohio. And you could do Johnny Gargano and The Miz.
Give me 1 second. My headphones broke on me here as I'm trying to fix them. They're still breaking on me. Give me 1 second.
As Mr. Best tries to fix his headset, we are going to make sure that we are carrying on here as Johnny Gargano has a top wrist lock here on Nathan Frazer, who's trying to do the Owen Hart rollout, spin out, cartwheel over everybody, and does a takeover to Gargano. Candice LeRae on the outside with her purple hair, looking, of course, cheering on Johnny Gargano.
Remind me on payday to invest in some Gorilla Glue to fix that, to keep a permanent fix on these headphones. But yeah, I heard what you said about the Miz, but the Miz is right now busy with Mello.
He is, but what was Tommaso Ciampa after, before all of this happened?
The U.S.
And
title.
Gargano now, as a singles wrestler, could get back into that title picture.
Yeah, and the reason why this whole thing with Fraxium right now that Gargano is going through is because it started with the U.S. title.
It did. And evolved to Axiom's mask being stolen by Gargano.
Well, Ciampa, I thought, stole it because Ciampa was the one that kept holding it. But that's neither here nor there. That's also something to me that doesn't make a lot of sense because they stole Axiom's mask and Axiom showed up with another mask.
Yep. Wow. What a counter to that from Johnny Gargano. Gargano doing the smart thing. They're waiting to try and take the count-out victory.
It is a smart thing to do, but I think I would have jumped out and beat up on Nathan Frazer a little more, even though knowing Axiom is still there. I would have found a way to take Axiom down first.
Well, and this is again where you have to wonder does Johnny Gargano have a trick up his sleeve for this type of moment? We know that Candice LeRae is there at ringside in his corner.
Mm-hmm.
But as you just mentioned, he needs a tag team partner. Does he have a trick up his sleeve for that right now?
And yeah, again, that's where I'm trying to rack my brain on who he could pick and why. What if it's Obafemi? What if Gargano hires Obafemi, brings Obafemi in as like a muscle?
That would be fantastic.
Because we don't know where Oba is going to end up or what Oba is going to do. The only thing we know is that there's a possible feud with Drew McIntyre somewhere down the line.
Right?
That's the only thing we know.
What if it's WWE's newest signing?
Powerhouse Hobbs?
Yeah. At 2 2/5, Nathan Frazer with the kick out there.
I do like the idea of Powerhouse Hobbs. And I'm really wondering how fast they bring him in. We'll talk more on that on Tuesday at 8:05 p.m. Eastern for Turnbuckle Talk. But yeah, Candice LeRae has the Axiom mask now.
Yes, she does. And the real Axiom on the other side, trying to call the ref because of the distraction, but not going over to try and get his mask back from Candice. Frazier starting to build some momentum into that springboard reverse DDT.
I mean, for all we know, it doesn't. Gargano's partner doesn't have to be necessarily a guy coming from NXT as well,
Right.
and that's part of the reason why I mentioned Indy, because it could be somebody from TNA.
It could very well. It could be somebody from AAA.
I mean, we did talk that Vikingo actually has a WWE contract, not a AAA contract.
Right?
But based on the gimmick that they're doing with Vikingo right now, if they were to continue with that gimmick, his partnership with the Miz would be better for him.
That was quite the sling blade, and then a frog splash from Nathan Frazier, but only a 2 count. And is he going to get that Phoenix splash?
No, he's going to roll through it as Gargano rolled away, though.
And then comes back with that high knee, and Gargano with the super kick.
They're trading kicks.
They are.
I thought Gargano was going to take the win
I
there.
did too.
I'm like,
I
good on
thought-
I was going to say good on Gargano because I feel like he could use a win.
Yes, he could. I thought it was over off of that.
You know, the more I watch, and I know that Seth Rollins trained Nathan Frazer, but the more I watch Nathan Frazer, the more I do see Seth Rollins. And Candice LeRae getting involved there.
And again, Nathan Frazer misses the Phoenix splash, but unable to roll through this time. But Axiom has the mask.
And just masked Candice. Oh, wow. And Candice accidentally slugged Johnny Gargano,
Yes, she did.
giving Nathan Frazer to win and Axiom his mask back
Yes.
for now. That's why I said for now, because I kind of had the feeling that was going to take place.
Yep.
Candice LeRae snuck up and took the mask. And again, I don't get it. Like, if I'm Axiom and I'm showing up with my other mask, with another mask, I would make it like he shows up with like a dollar store brand mask or something like that as
Right.
he tries to get back his mask.
But it's something that we have seen from just about every masked wrestler. Somebody's going to steal their mask. They have the same one in another color the following week.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, show up in like a cheap, like low grade mask so that you can fight to get your mask back.
Right.
That just, to me, that would make more sense in the scheme of things, instead of just saying, "Oh, I've got like 100 other masks at home." Make it so that you show up in that cheap mask, and that's the only mask you have. But Lash Legend and Nia Jax were in the press room for whatever reason.
Yes, they were. As they are getting ready for their triple threat women's #1 contenders tag title match.
And up next, our WWE champion Drew McIntyre is going to be showing up.
That's right.
And this Monday on Raw, we're going to see Gunther and AJ Styles in the same building in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yes, we are.
As right now, I am actually seeing a commercial.
You and me both. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to roll out another one for you.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Meet the team, Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and Carl Carafel in the host section. Get our socials, watch our latest weekly episodic shows. As well, ladies and gentlemen, head over to the shop, as you just saw. Get the merch, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters. All of the proceeds come back into our studios to deliver you a better experience. And ladies and gentlemen, we still need your help. So hit that join button, send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure it out. For all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs, ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Now, if you will excuse me, Mr. Best, I must break for the locker room.
And as OMD breaks for the locker room, we're taking a look. I've just got a commercial for promoting some Netflix stuff here. I'm very intrigued to see what Drew has to say, especially regarding with what Jacob Batu had to say. And with the Fatal 4-Way, there's a lot on Drew's plate over the next little while here. I mean, he's going to definitely have his eye on that Fatal 4-Way tomorrow, and then have to contend with whoever wins that match, because whoever wins that match will be challenging him for the title at the Royal Rumble. But again, lurking in that background is not just the winner of that Fatal 4-Way, but the 30-man Royal Rumble has got to be on his mind. Whoever wins that match will be challenging either Drew or CM Punk. And to be fair, coming into the Rumble next week, we don't know if CM Punk has a title match or not, or a championship defense or not. But this next week is going to be very, very, very intriguing. Let's take a look at the Royal Rumble and see what's listed for matches there. The Royal Rumble 2026 matches. Yeah, so there's 4 matches announced. There's the Women's Royal Rumble, the Men's Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre will be defending the title against the winner of the Fatal 4-Way, plus AJ Styles taking on Gunther in a career-threatening match. If Styles loses, he will be forced to retire from in-ring competition. The list of contenders that have been announced for the Royal Rumble are, of course, right now, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa. In the men's, for the women's, we've got Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, Asuka, Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. And right now, Drew is making his way to the ring. I was just announcing all of the contenders, and I noticed that half the women's field has already been announced.
Yep.
because in that promo, Nia Jax and Lash Legend announced their intentions too.
Okay, I didn't get to hear that, but we do have our WWE Undisputed Champion Drew McIntyre making his way to the ring. And I love how he has simplified his Tron now since winning the title.
And I was going to say, too, I was curious by the absence of CM Punk on the Royal Rumble card, but then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Lately, the past couple of years, Royal Rumbles have only been 4 matches. Royal Rumble cards have only been 4 matches to allow time for both the Rumbles.
Yeah.
So I think we've got our full set of matches, unless something gets announced on Raw, or even, well, they never really announce another match the night before a pay-per-view. So
no, they don't. Drew McIntyre last week, his first week as champion, he came out and said, the only person who believed in me, the only person who deserves any thanks is me. Where were all the movements when the bloodline was screwing me around? Where were all the movements for Drew McIntyre when CM Punk was screwing me around? What does he have to say tonight?
He clearly wasn't looking deep enough, because there was a big contingent for him to win the title both times.
Oh, I know.
And Drew, to be fair, CM Punk didn't screw you. You screwed yourself in that moment. You could have just as easily not taunted Punk when you won the title and left.
Yep.
Instead, you chose to taunt Punk, which led to Damian Priest cashing in on you.
Yep. And the Montreal crowd popping huge for Drew McIntyre as well.
The thing is, though, with the Montreal crowd, they pop for just about everybody.
They do.
And that's what makes them a fantastic crowd. I love when they go to Montreal. I want to be in a Montreal crowd when WWE is in town.
Yep.
I get a strong feeling we're going to see Randy Orton show up here.
Drew just soaking up what the crowd is cheering.
I like how Drew is turning his attention to this fatal four-way because Drew has no idea who he's going to be taking on.
Right?
And as I've said, as a champion, you got to have your head on a swivel.
Yep. But Drew saying that it didn't matter who wins the four-way, but he did say to Sammy, you've got a whole country rooting for you. Drew, you messed that up. He's got two countries rooting for him.
Yeah. So if you look at it this way, Ray Phoenix and Trick Williams talking to each other. Well, that was a little bit awkward, but Ray Phoenix might be getting a shot if Trick Williams wins the belt.
Okay. Well, it was last week that, yes, Trick Williams made his debut on Smackdown against Ray Phoenix. No, sorry, that was 2 weeks ago. And then last week, Trick Williams defeating Matt Cardona before Kit Wilson comes out and blindsided Cardona, only to, as we just saw, eat the boot and the moonsault from Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I kind of hope that Kit Wilson's not going to show up and suddenly be like, I'm going to challenge Jacob Fatu because that's a stupid move.
Well, let's hear what Kit Wilson has to say.
Well, Matt Cardona interrupted, and even then stepping up to Cardona. I don't know if that's a smart move either for Kit.
I don't either.
But right now, a very important match is about to take place as we are going to see the number one contender. Who will become the number one contenders to challenge either Rio or the Judgment Day for the tag team titles next?
Yes. And we know, and I thought this was funny because when Rio won the tag team titles, Charlotte and Alexa had already had a discussion with them and said they were calling next. And then we wound up in this situation because of Naomi and Lash Legend.
Okay, but when Charlotte and Alexa called next, did Rhea and Io agree?
Yes.
I don't remember that, so. But yeah, I think the outliers in this match are going to be Giulia and Kiana James, because they're sort of a rookie tag team. They've been together for almost a year now, but they haven't really had many tag team matches together.
No, they haven't.
And I've got the Heinz commercials again.
You and me both. And as we go to commercial there, we're going to send you back to commercial here.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the Smackdown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night we have the Horse Mist at 9 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, I would like to remind you that turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Meet the team under the host section. Get all of our socials. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. Please, please hit that join button. Send us your creds. Tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure it out. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, head on over to our merchandise shop. Buy the merch. Support your favorite shows. Support your favorite podcasters. Wear what we wear. And ladies and gentlemen, all of those proceeds come back into our studios to deliver you a better experience. Once again, turnbucklestudios.org for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
Oh, I was like, what am I looking at here? It's a trailer for the new Matt Damon movie.
Yes.
Or I should say Matt Damon, Ben Affleck movie.
Yes, and apparently I've been hearing a lot of good things about this.
And we've got ourselves another promo for WrestleMania 42.
Yes, we do.
Still not a fan of it taking place in Vegas now, because this would be the third time now that Vegas has hosted WrestleMania, 2 years in a row, but third time overall.
Yep.
But it is what it is. There is going to be a PLE patrol for both nights, as per usual.
Yes, there will. Now, we know that the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are slated to be defended across all brands. So, what do you make of the lack of NXT exposure for those tag team titles?
Well, I like the fact that on NXT this past Tuesday, they had a number one contenders match to see who challenges for the TNA Knockouts tag team titles. So it's not like the NXT women's tag teams are without challenging for a tag team titles.
Right.
But I would like to see a little bit more representation down in NXT for whomever wins the champions championship. As right now we are seeing two former NXT competitors enter the ring. Actually, all 6 of these women are former NXT competitors.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, I would like to see more of that, but again, as I stated, I'm also glad that right now there is still a women's tag title that the women's tag teams in NXT can go after in the Knockouts title. In the Knockouts tag team belts, I should say. It did weird me out though that they had a number one contenders match for a TNA title on a WWE show still, but that's neither here nor there. I think I probably would have hosted that on Impact or something, but Impact last night, they did have to have the Feast or Fired match, which was awesome to watch.
Yes, it was.
And if you want any more reactions for Impact, all you got to do is just tune in 9 p.m. here for Brace for Impact with Bubba Duke.
Yes. And I gotta say this, Nia Jax looking very slim tonight.
I don't know if you want to. Well, okay, both women got distracted and took a double drop kick from Alexa and Charlotte.
Yep.
I mean, 2 women that definitely would like nothing more than to win back their tag team titles.
Yes. Now, I know as we've discussed off stream, outside of this, I know that Nia and Lash, for us, seem to be the team to beat in this match. I actually do think that we should get that Charlotte and Alexa match.
Well, if I'm going to assume that the match is going to take place on Smackdown in Riyadh next week,
right?
So, and the thing with I've said this already, when they go to Riyadh, they want all their top stars in top matches. So by that argument there, it does make sense to give that number one contendership to Alexa and Charlotte. Because if you look at the star power, I think Alexa and Charlotte have the biggest amount of star power out of all of these women.
Right.
You could still put Giulia on next week's show and have her in a United States title match. You could still have Nia Jax and Lash Legend show up and maybe cost Alexa and Charlotte the tag titles, leading to something to take place in the Royal Rumble match the following night between all four women or something like that, you know?
Yep. And I gotta wonder, as we look to that Royal Rumble, are we gonna get any of these teams that have all declared for the Royal Rumble? Because that's really where a lot of them are coming from. Are they going to be 1 and 2? Are they going to be 29 and 30?
I've been saying this for years, but the only time we ever had a tag team that started off 1 and 2, and I watched the match earlier today, was the 89 Rumble where Axe and Smash and Demolition started. I would not mind seeing that once again. That's the only time they've ever done that.
Right. Because when Jimmy and Jay did it, they were not a tag team.
No, they were brothers. Completely different story.
That's right.
Well, they are brothers. They not were. And believe me, every time I do go back and watch that Rumble match, I find myself looking forward to Axe and Smash beating up each other for 2 minutes.
Right.
And then feeling sorry for who the third man is. The third man in that Rumble was Andre.
Yep.
And Andre took a beating from the both of them when he got to the ring.
Yes,
But
did.
he also delivered a beating back because he's like 4 guys. But no, I do want to see that. I do want to see that spot again in the Rumble where you start off with 2 people who are in a tag team. I wouldn't mind though, but here's something I would probably do different, and if you're a heel team, this is how I would do that though. If you're going to start off with the two members, they go to lock up, but they don't wrestle. They wait for number 3 to come out and double team that person.
Yeah. Well, and this is where I'm gonna go with that. And I'm gonna suggest that you have the Judgment Day.
Mhm.
Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and then your number 3 is Raquel Rodriguez. So you then just have them sit there.
You got to have them play to the crowd and all that sort of thing too.
Yeah.
And that would also bring in the spot that was also done one time in the Rumble, but the dominant faction in the Rumble. And that goes to the 2009 Rumble, where it was Legacy that basically dominated that Royal Rumble.
Yep.
With Cody, Ted DiBiase, and Randy Orton doing like a divide and conquer throughout the match.
Yeah.
But right now, Lash Legend has got Charlotte on the mat there.
Yes, she does. Charlotte gets that boot up on both Lash and Nia. And Charlotte going to the top rope here.
Yeah, but Giulia is about to make a save. I saw Giulia getting up on the apron as the pin was happening.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Every time, man, I forget the new rules of triple threat tag team matches is all 3 members or one member from each team in the ring now.
Yep.
It's not like the way WCW used to do it where you'd have one team hanging out on the outside and one member from the other 2 teams fighting.
Yeah. WWE and WWF used to do it that way as well.
Yeah, but
you at the same time you could also go and tag in anybody at that point.
Yeah. And that
You
was
didn't
something
have to tag in your partner.
Yeah, no, that was something that WCW started, is what I'm saying, because I definitely for sure remember that they were the first ones to start that, to do that. At least from what I've seen. I might have to dig deeper in my history on that one.
Yeah.
But Kiana having trouble trying to suplex Charlotte, so Lash is going to help her out.
Oh, and they are holding her up there for a beautiful vertical, countered into a DDT from Charlotte.
Yeah, no British Bulldog stalling suplex for them.
Nope. But that is the one thing I do miss, is that you can't tag in somebody from another team. And the thing that I loved about that was that you could have the one guy from, if you had two members of the same team in the ring, one guy would just try and pin the other one to give them the win.
I totally remember a triple threat tag team match where the Headbangers attempted that.
Yep. I remember the New Age Outlaws doing it, and I remember the Smoking Guns doing it.
And the Nasty Boys in WCW tried it too.
Yep.
It was a bash at the beach. When they were actually on the beach, I think it was 94. There was they had like a 4-way tag team match, and William Regal, and I can't remember who his I thought Kiana was gonna get it there.
So did I. That would have been a steal of a victory. And I mean, did we ever think that we would see Kiana James powerbomb Nia Jax?
No. No, not at all. But the only person that's on the apron right now is Giulia.
Yes, she is.
But going back to what I was saying, I do remember William Regal, and I want to say Dave Taylor, but I can't remember who. No, Bobby Eaton. I think he was tag teaming with Bobby Eaton at the time.
Okay.
They went to go tag in the Nasties, and the Nasties were looking at each other like, why are we against each other? Let's just pin each other.
Yep.
Before Regal's like, oh crap, you know?
Yep. And Charlotte makes the hot tag to Alexa, who is now steamrolling over Giulia.
I kind of want to see Alexa and Giulia wrestle one-on-one again.
Nia tries for the Samoan drop, and Alexa spins it around into a DDT counter.
Giulia's going upstairs, though.
Yes, she is. But Giulia seemed to have been caught at the second rope.
Yeah, she was taking her time. She's a little sore, probably beaten up. Sister Abigail coming up. But
Lash with that pump kick. And I'm going to ask this. If they weren't injured, would we see B-Fab and Michin in this match as well?
I get a feeling that they probably would be, solely based on the fact that I know Michin is still trying to gun for Giulia and the United States title, or at least she probably would like a shot at the title. Because if that were the case, then you could do that. You could do two stories in this match. The story being going after that number one contender. The other story, Michin wants the United States title at some point. But right now, holy cow.
Kiana James steals the pin, and it will be Kiana James and Giulia.
I said that they were the outliers, and we don't know what they would be like as a tag team. But here we are now. They are now the number one contenders to whomever wins tomorrow night's matchup. Or are they going to be tossed into tomorrow night's match?
No, I don't think they will be.
I do really love Sami Zayn's shirt.
Right?
And I'm saying that from a place of bias as well, because I do love Sami Zayn and the Montreal Canadiens are my team. Oh man, did Sammy ever slap the taste out of Drew's mouth?
Yeah, if that wasn't a precursor for things to come.
I literally thought, though, for like that whole walk, that when Sammy's like, I got something else I want to deal with, for some reason, I thought he was going to talk to Kevin Owens.
Oh, see, I wasn't thinking of KO. I was thinking Bloodline. Somebody from the Bloodline was there.
Because I kind of expected to see Sammy walk up to KO say, good luck tomorrow night, something like that, and shake his hand, you know?
Yep.
We could probably still see that tomorrow night, but
We absolutely could. Do we get that type of moment like we had at WrestleMania a few years ago when Sammy challenged Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship?
I think we could see that. I do think I see. I'm really like, because I do. Sammy is one of my picks to win, but I'm going back and forth that if Sammy does win, does he win the title at the Rumble?
Right.
And if that's the case, I don't know if I like it at the same time, because Drew just got the belt.
Right. Well, here's what I'm thinking. And it's something that I'd love to see, especially from a Sami Zayn. We've seen a guy like Brock Lesnar do it, where Brock lost the title and then came out at the number 30 spot because he was just ticked off that he had lost his title,
Mm-hmm.
and then won the Rumble. Do we get a moment like that from Sammy?
I mean,
loses the match and then goes out later in the Rumble and wins it all.
I mean, we do have a lot of star power on the WWE roster, and we have seen in previous Rumbles where wrestlers pulled double duty and, you know, wrestle a match and then enter the Royal Rumble. I mean, the 94 Rumble is a perfect example of that, with Bam Bam Bigelow, Tatanka, Bret Hart, and Owen Hart all pulling double duty that night.
Yep.
I think we could. I really do think we could. I mean, if they want to learn from their mistakes from the 2014 Royal Rumble, where everybody expected Daniel Bryan, who wrestled a match earlier that night, to appear in the Royal Rumble. By the way, I will say right now, I didn't expect Daniel Bryan to show up. Why? Because they did an injury angle that night, guys.
Right.
They did it, and I understand that they did an injury angle with Brett in '94, but he still showed up and won. But they did an injury angle to the point where they took Daniel Bryan purposely out of the match.
Mhm.
Like out. Like it was the Wyatts. The Wyatts attacked Daniel Bryan after the match and just like completely leveled him, you know?
Yeah.
And there was a plan all along to still put Bryan in the main event at WrestleMania 30 that year.
Yes,
Or at least they had to restructure the plan a little bit.
Yes. And since we are looking at a We'll Be Right Back, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Check out our shop.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, buy the merch, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters. All the proceeds come back into our studios. Click the shop link at turnbucklestudios.org.
That was kind of a dick move from Drew there. So AJ was leaving the building. Cody comes up to say good luck in your matchups coming up, your upcoming matches. He goes to his bus. He sees an 8x10 of Drew McIntyre that says "Keep on dreaming" or something like that on it.
Yeah.
And Cody just shook his head and just slammed the door shut on that one.
What I loved though with that was how that picture was on the inside of the window facing out.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait for this tomorrow.
Right? I'm going to say it right now. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke is your opener tomorrow night.
Yeah. And this is going to be right afterwards. This Fatal 4-Way probably.
Oh, see, I've got the Fatal 4-Way as the main event.
Oh, I think Cody and Jacob are going to be the main event. All right. Interview with our new number one contenders. All right, so no official announcement on when Giulia and Kiana are going to get their match. As they said, soon the match is going to happen.
Yes.
But Giulia has now announced her intention to be in the Royal Rumble, and I say Giulia because Kiana didn't say anything.
No, she did not. I don't see that match happening at the Royal Rumble. It could be as early as next Friday, but I'm going to give it at least 2 weeks for that title match. So the SmackDown after the Royal Rumble. Because you want the superstars to be able to get back across the ocean, back home, and rested a little bit.
Well, you got Sunday to do that.
As we do have Damian Priest making his way to the ring for our main event tonight.
This is going to be the first time these two are meeting, and I'm actually intrigued to see how these guys will do in the ring against one another.
You and me both. Both men of similar stature. I think Trick might have just a little bit more muscle. I'm not sure about the weight difference.
They're about the same, I'll tell you that right now.
So I think Damian would have obviously the experience advantage, maybe a slight power advantage. But I think Trick has the speed and the agility to counter that. So what is your prediction on this match?
It's going to end in all four men brawling.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to end with all four men somehow getting involved. Even though Damian told Sammy not to get involved, we have yet to see Randy Orton get involved in this whole situation tonight.
Yep.
Because I'll tell you right now, without saying any spoilers, the opening promo was between Damian, Trick, and Sammy.
Right.
So in this case, going into tomorrow's Fatal 4-Way, because of Randy's lack of involvement, he's kind of the outlier in this one. We don't know where he stands as far as everything goes. All he did was he did mention how he did do a backstage promo where he talked about winning the match. That's it.
So in other words, he's doing Prime Viper and coiling, waiting to strike.
Yep. He's waiting in the bushes, as it were. With these I wonder if tomorrow night if we're going to get some more people announcing their intentions to go in the Rumble. I think we really should.
I do too. Between tomorrow and Monday.
We can still do Friday and give an intention. I think we might even get one right now with the video package we're looking at.
Yep.
So we're looking at a package for Obafemi And this is an interesting one too, because I'm just gonna say this: like, what if Obafemi wins? Because we don't know what roster he's going to go to, and imagine if he wins, and then there's a battle between between Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce to sign him,
right?
to entice him to pick Punk or pick Drew to challenge.
Right.
You can do that right up until the Raw or SmackDown after Chamber or at Chamber.
Yeah. And see, and I've said it, like, I would love to see your Royal Rumble winner who really gets the first pick. I would love to see the winner of the Elimination Chamber come out and make their pick first.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I'm glad that they're not doing that they did back when they had when Shinsuke and Asuka won the Rumble. Remember that night they came right out and asked them who are they challenging for the title, and they said right away, I'm glad we're not getting that again.
Right. I thought the year that Asuka won was the year that Charlotte and Alexa came out as the champions, and that was the debut of Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. But it still led to Asuka. Asuka picked her challenger, like I believe it was that night.
I don't remember. But yeah, no, like, and I know that there's a lot of times that they already know who they want to face. So I'm okay with them making that open declaration right away. I do like the build for it.
I like the mystery build, so. But right now we've got two very tall men locking it up here.
Yep. Neither man willing to let go of this lockup.
Okay, for a second I thought Damian Priest was rocking a shiner like Dragunov was earlier, but no, that's just he's just got a little bit of red around his eyes.
And Damian going to that front face lock looked like he was going to try and lock in a guillotine, but it couldn't get there.
Now I got to think that if there is a winner in this match, that they're going to go in with a ton of momentum going into tomorrow's Fatal 4-Way, especially with these two actually knowing each other in the ring. So going into tomorrow's match, Trick is going to know what Damian can do. Damian's going to know what Trick can do, but Randy or Sammy are not going to know really.
No, but I mean, given the veterans that Randy and Sammy are, they are studying. Randy and Sammy have faced off and they've teamed up.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that element of knowing in this match because he's still a main roster rookie. Trick Williams is actually the outlier in this match.
Mm-hmm.
And now doing his best Booker T impersonation. Beautiful suplex there from Trick.
Well, that's one thing you don't want to do with Damian, Trick. You don't want to get cocky and start flashing off your muscles or anything like that. You got to keep on top of him. You're taking on a man who's a former world heavyweight champion.
Yep. And a former Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah. Oh, Sammy's coming out.
Yes, he is.
Now, Damian told Sammy he doesn't want him out there, but
Yeah, and Sammy had no reason to be out because Trick hadn't done anything Sammy didn't like yet.
well, maybe he's just coming out to study the match a little bit closer. He's not technically getting involved in the match. He's just out there to watch the match.
But Damian getting himself distracted by looking over at Sammy and going over saying, I told you, stay in the back.
And like I said, we still have yet to see Randy get physical in this situation.
What a smart move there from Trick, as Damian was looking for his version of old school.
I'm wondering, and I'm saying this because I know Razor Ramon had a little trouble, but I'm wondering if Damian Priest will be able to get Trick Williams, or a guy at the height of Trick Williams, up into the Razor's Edge.
Right? That might be one of those ones where it's Trick's up on the top rope looking backwards and you pull him off that way.
Yeah.
Sammy's still keeping his hands to himself, just standing there at the border between the entryway and the ringside area.
Well, I saw him making his way over near the commentator's table. Yeah, so all he says, I think that's all he's out there to do, is just to make sure, or just to study this match, to know what he's getting into tomorrow in that fatal four-way. He's wrestled Orton time and time again. I don't know. I'm not sure how many times he's wrestled Damian, but he's never wrestled Trick.
No, he hasn't. I know. Well, you got to remember, he had that history where he was the guy that was constantly battling the Judgment Day over multiple rivalries.
Mm-hmm.
So he faced Damian quite a number of times.
Probably not as often as Orton, though.
No.
And that's why with how sneaky of a Viper Randy Orton is, as I'm watching the match, I'm watching like out in the crowd somewhere. I'm looking down the aisleway.
Yep. Damian really starting to fire off, but Trick coming right back with that hard knee. Every time Trick goes for that, I'm waiting for that scissor kick before he hits that neck breaker.
It's funny you mentioned scissor kick, because every time I watch Trick Williams, because his style does remind me of Booker T. I expect him to hit a scissor kick at some point.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm also surprised he hasn't introduced something like the Harlem Hangover as a finisher, because I'm not a big fan of the trick shot knee.
To be fair, I don't know what it is, but I'm with you. I've never been a fan of like jumping knee finishers. Brutus Beefcake made me not a fan of that when he was wrestling as the Booty Man. His finisher was the high knee, and it didn't look good.
Yep. But there was a reason why Brutus Beefcake's finisher as the Booty Man was the high knee.
Because of the name. I've always just been, when it comes to Brutus Beefcake, I've always liked his sleeper hold.
Yep. But I still don't think anybody's sleeper hold compares to that of Roddy Piper.
Well, the $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
Because the $1 Million Dream was a sleeper hold, but that's neither here nor there. Right now, Trick and Damian are trading blows in the middle of that ring right now.
That's right.
Damian just teeing off on him. And not that I expect it to happen, because I read that he's out with injury and I don't want it to happen, but what if Aleister Black were to show up in this thing?
That would be intriguing. Again, I don't see it either, but definitely would be intriguing.
Like I said, I read he's out with an injury right now, and that's why they had the ambulance match a number of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I say I don't want it because that ambulance match should be the finality for the time being for Damian and Aleister.
Absolutely.
I expect that they'll go back to a feud like maybe a year or two down the road.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what the extent of Aleister's injury is, because if it's not as serious, maybe he shows up in the Royal Rumble match.
Right.
See, and it's moves like that, Trick, that remind me of Booker T.
Right. It was the same thing with that jumping heel kick that he tried to go for.
Yeah. And both men down as they delivered kicks to each other.
Yes. Sami Zayn still just standing there pacing, but not getting involved.
There's a part of me that wants to tell Michael Colin Barrett to get the man a chair so he can sit down and watch the match.
Right? And we have yet to see the action in this match spilled to the outside. So both men trying for a legitimate victory to try and build that momentum for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's I was trying to think, like, I'd love to see a match that doesn't ever go to the outside. I can't think of matches where that has happened.
Right?
There was one match they attempted to do in WCW. I believe it was Billy Kidman and Dean Malenko. They had a match where if you left the ring, you lost the match. And Dean Malenko accidentally left the ring because
Yep.
Natural reaction when you take a big bump, you roll the outside to catch yourself. And Dean did that, and he lost the match.
Less than 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
WCW also had that ridiculous over-the-top rope disqualification rule.
Yeah, and also that was at a time when the booking was crap in WCW. And yeah, that ridiculous. I remember when they lifted that rule in the Nitro that followed, as the action has now gone to the outside with Trick Williams by Sammy backing off though. But I remember the Nitro after they lifted the over the top rope rule, and how like it seemed like every match they were throwing people over the top rope. Is Sammy going to come in? Oh, face plant right on the table there for Damian Priest.
No, I wasn't expecting Sammy to step in, but I was actually expecting the counter. I was with Damian lurking where he was.
Oh, well, that's how Sammy's going to get involved.
Yeah.
He's just going to get plowed right into the barricade. That's probably going to lead to Sammy taking out Trick and Damian not being happy about it or something.
But Trick having a hard time getting Damian in, but Trick able to roll in and break the count.
All right. Referee's got his hands it's because Damian's bleeding. I was going to say, why does the referee have his gloves on? But Damian's bleeding from the mouth, I think.
Yep. But it was funny because I did not notice the ref put his gloves on during the Ilya Dragunov Carmelo Hayes match.
Oh, he did. But see, there we go. Sammy getting involved because he is not happy with Trick, just as I said was going to happen.
Yep.
And Trick gets the win, basically.
Yes, he does. And Sammy, that wouldn't have happened if you had listened to Damian and stayed in the back.
Or if you would have just moved out of the way. But now Damian is, yeah. And there we go. Yeah, I knew Sammy was going to be like, because Sammy did say to Damian, like, I'm not going to listen to you.
Yep. You don't tell me where I go.
Yeah. And there's the trick shot, taking Damian just right out of it, knocking him down.
Yep. And is this where we turn around and Trick Williams walks into an RKO?
Nope, because he turned around. Well, he's facing the camera now. And the crowd is cheering, so Randy Orton is somewhere. There he is.
And Randy Orton with the big smile on his face saying, I'm sending the crowd home happy.
Yeah, I don't think he... Sammy's still in the ring, so Sammy might eat an RKO too. Or does Sammy give Orton a haluva kick?
I was going to say, you got to get that haluva kick in to really send the crowd home happy with Sammy's music playing. So I do have to ask, because it is in Montreal for Saturday night's main event, do we get the SNME screw job?
No. I like how that was just a flat no, because it's time we move past the screw job kind of thing, you know? It's been time for like 20 years, but yeah, about 20 years, because that's when Brett made his first appearance on WWE TV.
Well, it was 97.
Yeah, but 20 years since Brett made his first appearance on WWE TV since he came back, because the Hall of Fame in 06. And Randy Orton did deliver the RKO to Sammy.
Yes, he did.
Next Friday, though, guys, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on the USA Network, 8 o'clock Eastern. So, as they fade to black and they flash the big red N up on the screen, OMD, what did you think of the show? And hand out your socials.
It was a very, very steady show. Nothing really stood out to me. Yes, we got the new tag team champions. We got the surprise #1 contenders. But it was just a good, solid build for past the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
And on to the road to WrestleMania. We're going to answer a lot of questions tomorrow, and I was good with that. You didn't need to go overboard. They kept it simple tonight, and I'm happy with that. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for me, it is my Linktree, linktr.ee/OMD show. Mr. Best, over to you.
Yeah, I thought this was just a steady show. There was a couple of wow matches. I mean, the Gargano match with Nathan Frazer. I mean, you can't expect anything less out of those two guys. The same has to go for the Ilya Dragunov Carmelo Hayes match as well. It did set the tone for both Saturday night's main event and the Royal Rumble, which is something I've been saying for the longest time. If you're going to have two big events in the same month, book for both shows. Give a couple weeks to book for both shows. announce, like, say, I would have started all this promoting at the beginning of January by announcing people for the Royal Rumble, announcing matches for the Saturday night's main event. None of this hastily throwing your name in the Royal Rumble thing, because that's the thing I think we're missing the most is the weekly revealing who's coming to the Rumble, and we didn't get much of that this year. But if you want to find me at my link tree, it is lanktr.ee/Chris_best83. Little programming note that we forgot to mention throughout the show tonight. Saturday Night Gaming will not be taking place at its normal time due to the PLE patrol. However, it will be airing in the afternoon. OMD, my man. What are those words we like to go out on?
Ladies and gentlemen, please always remember the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.
Oh.
I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow.
Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more thought of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd.
Pressure is your best enemy, spotlights show what I wanna see.